These are the plaintiffs, Antonio Lopez and Yahaira Rodriguez. Antonio says they hired the defendant to plan their upcoming wedding, and they found out the hard way that planning events is not her strong point. Quite frankly, she did nothing. She stole their money, and they can't believe they find themselves in the predicament they're in today with this woman. They're suing for $5,000, the fee they paid. This is the defendant, Maria Martinez. She says this whole situation's been nothing but a nightmare for her. Yahaira kept canceling their appointments to meet and discuss details, and a big fight between Antonio and Yahaira ensued. She got caught in the middle, and well, here they are. She's accused of waffling on a wedding plan.
All parties, please use your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn in.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Antonio Lopez and Yahaira Rodriguez, you
Yes.
are suing Maria Martinez and Maraya Planner Events?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Maria Angelica Catering Services. Okay. That's a mouthful. For $5,000 for wedding planning fees that you feel she has not earned and should return. Talk to me and tell me what's going on.
In January, through a mutual friend, we were planning on getting married, me and my fiance.
When were you going to get married?
It was, first date was supposed to be July 18th.
July 18th. All right. And so how did you find the defendant to use her services?
Through a mutual friend.
Okay.
So she actually came over the next day. We set up everything for the plans. She asked for a deposit down. I gave her on.
Well, what did you hire her to do?
Everything.
Meaning what? Can you delineate what everything is?
She was supposed to plan the wedding. I didn't have to worry.
It's not just for her planning services. It's also
Catering.
for the hall, for the food, for the church rental, for the decorations, for
Yes,
everything.
Everything.
Okay.
It was a whole package.
All right.
The whole package.
Photography. Okay.
Yes.
Is there? There's a contract.
Yes.
Do you have? Who has the original contract?
I have the original here.
No, he got the original.
Okay. What goes wrong? Why are you here?
Come July, or now, the wedding's coming closer. When was it? July? Come July. I think it was.
Come July.
Not July, June. I'm nervous here. After I give her all this money.
The wedding gets postponed. The July wedding gets postponed.
Yes.
Why?
Because she didn't show us no evidence. We were asking her for evidence.
Evidence of what?
We want to see invitations. We want to see.
Well, you got to see the invitations because you got to send them out.
We haven't seen them yet.
So when do you get nervous and say, hey, where are the invitations?
May, June.
May or June?
Right around May.
All right, and
June,
who's doing the talking? Is it you or is it your... Did you guys end up getting married?
No.
No. Well, it's not her fault if you didn't get married. I mean, when you say no, all right. So, did you break up?
No, we're still together.
Okay, are you going to get married?
Yes.
All right. So, sometime in May or June, you say to her, where are the invitations? And she says what?
She actually brings a box to us that has candy in it, and she tells us there's going to be, the invitation is going to be inside the box. I don't want to carry around 80 boxes in my truck handing out these invitations. So after that, we ask her if we can see the felt that's going to go on the table. If we can see.
Wait, whose decision was it to send a box with the invitation instead of an envelope with the invitation?
Maria.
Okay. Well, do you have a voice? Let's talk to you for a while. You're the bride. So let me just ask you a question. Who was picking out the invitation? Because that's typically what the bride does.
I don't know what to do. It's my first time getting married.
Well, I got married only once, and I remember picking out an invitation. I mean, you have a wedding planner. At some point, you're wondering, hey, I got to mail invitations, right? So how is this not happening? You have a very different story of how that happened, right?
Yes.
According to you, they canceled the wedding.
Yes, according to
postponed.
me.
Yes.
Postponed the wedding.
Yeah, the wedding, it was changed twice, and the last one, it was the cancellation. So the first time when they switched, the wedding, it was the first time supposed to July 18, but Miss Yahaira Rodriguez here present, and she have a little family situation. Her son, he was in jail, and of course, they need to pay some money to help the guy to coming out from the jail. Of course, Mr. Antonio Lopez here present helped Miss Yahaira. So what happened is one day she called me, and she asked me for change the day for August 29.
Okay.
And I said,
normally you charge $100 for date change.
Yes, but for that
but
people
you did not charge it.
No,
so
never.
now the wedding is going to be August 29.
August 29.
Okay. According to them, they're still not seeing invitations.
Okay. They see the invitations because I made a sample. It's a nice box with chocolate, very fancy and nice chocolate inside, because I know Miss Yahaira Rodriguez, she's a candy lover. She loves chocolate.
And then what, that box gets mailed?
No, not yet, because this is what a sample.
No,
So,
I know, but what's the idea that when the invitations are put together, someone has to hand deliver all the invitations?
No, then.
Yeah,
they need to go to the different houses for the guests. Here's my invitation. Like we Ricans used to do that. So
like we what?
We Puerto Ricans used to do that. So I got invitation. I go
Did
to
you
your
say
house.
we Ricans? Is that what you said?
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Honestly comfortable.
So she saw the bags, and Mr. Lopez here present, they say, oh, they like the idea, but he said, I don't want the invitations on top of the bags. I want it inside.
Okay.
I said, okay. So after...
So according to you, they approved the invitation?
Yes, it is.
Okay, but then did you go to print?
Not yet, because I was testing, calling, not pick up the phone. Miss Yahaira, she was not okay. And I sent text, like, listen, this is your wedding. I need you in my side. So
Need you on your side to what? What wasn't she doing?
To help me to create this wedding.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I don't speak in those kind of platitudes. I want specifically, you were trying to get her to sit down and pick what?
Okay, to continue. Go to the wedding dress store, because she needs to try again the dress, because he asking for 14-foot long tail. And
wait, he was asking for a tail?
In a wedding dress, 14 feet. 14 feet.
Wait, why do you say he was asking? Wasn't she asking?
Because he chose everything in that wedding.
It's something.
Why wasn't she involved?
Who?
Yahaira.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yahaira.
Let me tell you something. She's involved, but for me, it was exciting. See a groom.
Excited.
He has shoes, everything. He was romantic. He was like.
So he wasn't controlling. He was enthusiastic.
Yes, he was involved in everything.
Right.
Everything. He said, I don't like this. I like this. I don't want that. I want that.
Yeah, I thought when I was signing up for my registry, I kept yelling at my husband, "Why aren't you involved? I need you involved. I can't do this alone." And then he got involved. I said, "Ugh, why did I involve this man?" No, I don't want that. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll put that on the registry.
But he didn't write. He chose right.
Okay, so listen to me. I want to understand something. What happens to move the wedding? The wedding gets moved again from August whatever to when?
You want the reason?
I want everybody to stop talking and let me drive this train. Who tells you we're moving the wedding date again?
Okay, that day, Ms. Yahaira Rodriguez told me that she was not for sure to marry Mr. Antonio Lopez, to marry him, because he's abused in alcohol and cocaine. She was crying. She was crying. And I tell her, listen, you can marry him. She said, I need to feel like a completely woman, because I take him to a doctor out of Rochester. The doctor prescribes some medication because he has ejaculation precoce.
Oh, for the good love of God. Why are you telling me all this?
This is the reason that she... Yes.
Yes, that's your role here, to embarrass them?
No, never. Never, because Antonio is a good human being.
Well, wow, you have a funny way of letting him know that.
Yeah.
But
Can you just tell me when it is that what reason was there for moving the date from August to October?
I don't know. She just, when he come from work.
Who moved it? And what did they say to you? That's all I'm asking.
He moved it.
Okay.
He moved.
Who moved the wedding date from August to October?
We did.
Okay, why did you move the wedding date?
Because she didn't show us no information. Come May, she was asking
Do you have any texts or emails between her where you are hustling her and saying, we need evidence, we need information, we need to know what's going on, we can't reach you? Because she's describing that the lady who doesn't say much here wasn't sure she wanted to marry you. She's describing a totally different scenario. Do you have any emails or texts back and forth?
Yes, I can show you that right now.
Okay.
But in August 9th, which was on a Sunday, we had a meeting with Maria. Maria had said she had actually did activity that was actually done at this location, and the people actually were crazy with it. Come to know that the activity was actually done by her best friend.
Okay.
So she tried to play and say that she did it when it was done by one of her best friends, which was Lisandra.
Okay. Do you know what he's talking about?
Yes.
He's accusing you of taking credit for an event.
Let me tell you something.
Which is kind of a weird thing to do.
What he's saying, some part is true, some part not. Okay.
Let me get that
Yes,
back up.
it was an event that I was administrate the place. I was not coordinate the place.
What does that mean?
Okay, that means I got my key because it's the place that I'm working on it. I open the door, another people come, another decorator come and do the...
Okay, but why would you take credit for that? All you did, you were just a key person. If you
No, I never said that I did it.
Okay.
No.
So what is it
I
you
got the
said to
text.
her?
We got a text there too saying she did it.
I got the text in there.
We got a text there too.
I'm
I got it in
sorry.
there.
So probably if you got the test right there, I don't know, out of nowhere, but I never said that I did it.
It's your
Here's what I
purpose.
want you to do.
coordinated,
Hold
I
on,
told
stop,
you.
don't talk to each other. She's starting to get agitated and says, how do you want me to feel when you're chasing me for $825 when I've already paid you $5,000? And you answer, listen, I did an event yesterday and the client didn't see anything until yesterday and she almost died. Ask Kwang how it came out. You're clearly taking credit for it. You're not saying I opened with a key.
I never said I did it. I do the decoration. It was other person who do the decoration.
Why would you tell her that? Because she's talking to you.
I just already tell her when I meet them next day.
Someone is saying, I'm getting worried. Where's my money going? Because I do see those texts. Where's my money going? I wonder, you're asking me for more money, but can you just show me what you've done? Because I still don't know how you're going to decorate the place. And your answer to her is, listen, the bride yesterday did not see a single thing until that night. And you should see how happy she is. And you think that that is honest? That that's not a misrepresentation that you were responsible for that wedding? And you tell her to ask your friend? And do you ever ask her friend?
Yes. He didn't say that she did it. He said it was really beautiful, but he never said that she did it.
Did you ask him, did she do it?
Yeah, but when he
Did
got
you
there...
later ask him when you found out she didn't do it? Did you ask him, why did you say that she didn't do it?
He told me when he got there, it was done already.
Oh, so he didn't know.
So he didn't know if she did it or not. But she knows she didn't. She didn't.
Well, she's telling me she didn't do it.
So that's the reason why I canceled my wedding with her.
Well, I don't know. You know, see, the thing is, that's pretty bad. I would not trust my wedding planner anymore after they say that. That's pretty bad. But the question is, do you get to get back every penny over that?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. We are in Los Angeles, by the way, in front of the TMZ Celebrity Tour Bus. Decided to talk to people from all over the country. So the question, you have a really crappy wedding planner, right? Okay, would you postpone the wedding to make it good, or would you still get married? What do you say?
I'd postpone the wedding.
Really?
I'm not superstitious, so I think it'd work out.
You would still do it, huh? What do you say?
Your first mistake was getting married.
Okay. And what do you say? You're shaking.
What was the question?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Going inside the courtroom.
How does the 5,000 break down? So that I understand, thank you. How does that 5,000 break down? 2,500 of it is the food. Mm-hmm. And then how much is the church?
Okay, the church is 350.
300.
300 or 350?
300 on the
Can I see the contract with the church?
Yes.
300? Okay.
Yes, he said 300 is
okay, and then how much is the reception? Same thing?
Reception, it was included on...
With the 300? Renting the hall of the reception is not separate?
Yes.
Okay. How much is the photographer?
$2,000, I think.
What is this?
Decorations.
Okay. Is that something you sub? Do you hire somebody to do the decorations?
Yes, ma'am.
How do I know that's this wedding? You heard me. This piece of paper doesn't have their wedding on it. It doesn't have their wedding date on it.
That's right.
I don't know if this is from their wedding. You need to be able to show them.
It was a mistake that he's not.
I mean, it's not even a wedding date. How do I know you didn't just take one of their blanks and fill out whatever you wanted? I don't know, because yours is the only writing on it.
Yes, it was.
Okay, do you have anything else? Just tell me, do you have anything else? Nope. Okay. The decorations cost what?
At the bottom of the paper that I give it to you.
$2,800.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else? So that's the decoration. Did we miss anything? The DJ was going to be $400.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Anything else?
The cake?
The cake was going to be what?
It was $400.
Another $400?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then...
My fee, like Mariah private event, it was $2,000.
Your fee was $2,000? That's interesting, because you were paying how much for a wedding?
$6,625. I gave her a total of $5,825. I owe her $825.
Okay. If I add what you said the food costs, what you said the church costs, what you said the photographer costs, what you said the decorations costs, what you said the cake costs, and what you said the DJ costs, it's $8,400.
Yes,
Where would your fee be?
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you can't be telling me the truth about this stuff.
Telling you the truth. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know, but you understand that this can't be. This is simple math. There's no, you know.
Okay.
And I'm very disturbed over what I perceive to be a clear taking credit of you know, the night before.
Okay.
And I think that that's inappropriate. I'm going to order you to return the entire $5,000 to the plaintiffs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, this is the defendant. Come on out into the hallway right here. Just stand right here. Take it easy. Nothing you said in there added up.
Yeah. Law is the law sometimes like that. So.
What exactly are you talking about?
I say that I told the truth. I got the right in my hand. I make a couple of mistakes. Mr. Antonio, Mr. Jaira win, so I'm happy for them.
Yeah. Well, you're happy for them, but why didn't your evidence or your math add up or anything you said add up?
But let me tell you something. It was a mistake that we need to learn that sometimes when you be ready for a trial, bring you all papers and don't forget nothing at the office.
No, you should bring your evidence. That's true. That's true.
Yes, it is.
So,
but I'm happy for them. They win and they're going to get married. And this is the important thing.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
That was your choice as your wedding planner.
Yes.
Why?
Mutual friend.
And go on.
Make her happy.
And did it work?
No.
Okay, Harvey?
I got to tell you, when you hire a wedding planner, and I'm telling you, you're crazy if you don't do this. You need a punch list in the contract, and it says you do this by this date, you do this by that date, you do this by that date. The more specific you can be, the better. And you attach penalties, financial penalties, if they don't meet the deadlines.
These are the plaintiffs, Stephen and Luz Spitzer. Stephen says they hired the defendants to photograph their wedding, and the lunatic flipped out at the reception because one of their guests had a nice camera. He actually told him not to take pictures because he had the exclusive right to photograph the wedding. An argument ensued. The defendant shoved the guest. They have it on video, and now he won't give them the pictures they paid for. They're suing for $5,000, the amount they're due. This is the defendant, Frank Calabro. He says the plaintiff signed a contract stating no other professional photographers could take pictures, and lo and behold, there was another professional photographer at the reception. This hack started standing in front of them, started copying his artistic shots, and his flash was throwing off his exposures. After the cake cutting, he left and has been editing their pictures ever since, and is shocked they're suing him today. He's accused of wrecking a wedding. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $3,875 for 77 and a half hours of photo editing at $50 an hour.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Steven Spitzer?
Yes.
And Luce Spitzer?
Yes.
You are suing Frank Calabro, doing business as Che Francois Photography, for $5,000, $3,500 that you paid him for wedding photography, $300 that you paid him for a makeup artist, and $1,200 for emotional distress. You have a counterclaim against him for $3,875 for 77 hours of photo editing. You already have the $3,500, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what's going on?
Your Honor, actually, my mom introduced us to the defendant, and he showed us a little bit of his photography work, so we decided to go with him.
Let me see the contract that you have with him. And if you have a copy of the contract, let me see yours too. I want to make sure everybody's looking at the same thing.
You're welcome.
This says $3,500 includes what? What's scribbled there? I don't know what that is.
That says Galaxy Tab.
What's that?
What I do for clients is I usually give them an iPad or a Galaxy Tab, whatever they choose, and I put all the pictures and thumbnails on the tablet. It is going to look good, but you can't print off of it.
So you can't print them out from the tablet? Or you could, but they wouldn't be good?
You could try.
But it wouldn't be good?
It wouldn't be good, and it's copyright infringement.
All right, so what went wrong?
Well, we had a reception, and I had a guest. One of our guests happened to bring a camera. We didn't know that he was going to bring a camera. I didn't know that you were supposed to tell your guests don't bring a camera. And he started taking pictures as well.
Why would you have to tell your guests don't bring a camera? What kind of camera was it, though?
It happened to be, maybe to me, like a professional camera, but
what
that's
does that
a guess.
mean, a professional camera?
A camera that takes a lot of pictures, nice, big, like this.
Okay, that's that. We can all have that.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Have you been to a soccer game? All right,
No,
what I would like to know is what did you mean by a professional camera? Because you say they violated the contract, they had another photographer there with a professional camera. What do you mean by professional?
Yes, professional camera consists of a DSLR, anything that could take a DSLR photograph. I allow cell phones, and I allow small little tiny cameras.
Okay, but I have like a Nikon whatever, and mine has a big lens and all that. What?
That's a professional camera.
But you can't tell me to put away my camera. Is that what happened?
That's what I did.
Tell me, but you don't have a right to do that. So tell me how it went down.
I went up to the gentleman who claims he was a professional photographer for the last 20 years. And I says, listen, you cannot have a camera like this. You're throwing off my flash. I have evidence of that. You're getting in the way. The man was literally trying to go behind and copy my shots, my angles, okay? And I could show you in pictures where we first had contact. Over 200 pictures were ruined. I had called my partner, and I asked her, what should we do?
Who's your partner?
This is Myra. She's also a business partner in Chez Francois. And so I have like about 35 pictures. And you could thumb through them.
Yeah. And that the other guest with the camera is going to be in him?
Yes, he's in every one, and you can see as you progress, he's getting bolder and bolder. I could point him out.
Yeah, what I'd like you to do is come right over here. Okay.
Could I just take this? I can't see. He's right here.
Okay.
That's a full-size DSLR that I would use.
Who is this guy? You know who the guest is, don't you know?
We know that's his coworker.
That's my coworker.
And he has a camera with that big old flash thing on it?
Your Honor.
We didn't know he was going to bring that.
And I mean, there was plenty more.
He's like, where's Waldo? He's in every single picture with the camera. But to be honest with you, I would know not to get in the way of the photographer this way. I mean, that's kind of, if there's a photographer in the picture taking...
Well, keep going. You'll see.
Yeah, he's not a professional photographer, so that's not what your contract... Okay, so really what happened is you have... Oh, you look beautiful. Ay, qué linda. So you had a fight with a guest and you got mad. Go ahead and go back, please. So you have a fight with the guest over it and the guest doesn't like it. What does he end up saying to you?
He's very nasty. And what ended up happening
How many times did you go up to him?
Oh, at least 5, 6.
And you just kept telling him what?
I said, listen, you got to put the camera down. You're in the shot. Get away from the picture. You know. And he claimed, well, I've been doing this for 20 years. So at any point in time,
did you bring it up to the attention of the bride or the groom?
Absolutely. Listen, I went up to the dais and I went up to him and I said,
you're talking about at the reception?
Yes, at the reception. I says, listen, you're breaching your contract.
That's what you said?
Yes. I says,
you said you're breaching your contract?
Yeah.
No. What finishing school did you go to?
I don't know.
Honest to God, this is like a really emotional day for people. You can't just express yourself in a different way. You can't say, listen, this is your beautiful day. And watch how I do it. And I'm not even that that suave, all right? Listen, this is your beautiful day. These pictures are going to come out beautiful, but I need your help with something. I'm having a little bit of a problem with one of your guests. I know your guests want to take pictures, but I really need him to stop taking pictures exactly when I am because he's in every shot. It's not going to look good later. You're going to regret it later. And if you don't care, I don't care. It's your wedding, your pictures. Because at the end of the day, it isn't your wedding. Who is your partner? Just a business partner, or are you married?
Business partner.
Are you married?
No, we're not married.
Are you dating?
No.
Okay. No. There's a lot of hesitation there, so you're making me nervous.
Together.
All right. So you don't. I mean, you don't. Why are you making that face?
Because they live together.
No, maybe I asked the wrong question.
Yeah.
Are you roommates or are you romantic?
No, we date.
Oh, no. You do or you do? I'm just trying to get, because I need to know the nature of the relationship between you and the witness who's about to testify. You date? Okay, all right. It's difficult. So he comes up to you and he tells you you're in breach of the contract, yada, yada, yada. What do you say to him?
He never, Your Honor, came up to me during the duration of the day to explain.
Good, I feel better. Because I think he made himself look terrible. So you're telling me he did not come up to you and say you're in breach?
No, Your Honor, whatsoever.
What did he say?
Nothing, because he never came up to me.
Your Honor, that's not accurate.
After the defendant came to me and said, I need to tell our guests to stop taking pictures, I told the defendant that this is my wedding day, and the only thing I needed was to take care of my new wife. So you might see where I would think that you were saying that, he came up to you and said something to you that day.
I did.
I cannot recall what he said, and I don't recall, Your Honor, what that he came up to me.
Let me just ask you a question. What do you say he answered you when you came up to him?
Okay, I'll take care of it. So I trusted him to take care of it because...
Okay, but if he doesn't, it's his wedding. I didn't feel like taking care of it, and that's it. You just take your pictures as best you can.
And that's exactly what I did.
Is it? Because according to them, you got into a swearing match with them, where all of a sudden it's like, you breached the contract,
No.
and then you weren't providing the tablet.
No.
That's what he says happened.
No.
Well, did you provide the tablet?
No, I did not.
Okay, why not?
There were extenuating circumstances.
What?
Why? Because I went over the contract with him line by line. I explained everything to him.
Okay.
He was going to get
Once again, I want you to listen to me. Do you have any evidence that that was a paid professional photographer who was there to compete against you and your ability to sell your pictures later?
No.
Right. He had already paid you in full. He just wants you to do your job and hand over the tablet with the pictures, and you haven't done it, and the answer is why?
I didn't give him the tablet because when we went down there, his mother informed us while he was on the phone that Stephen intends to take the tablet to CVS or Rite Aid and get these pictures done for 39 cents each. Why do we have to pay you?
Your insurance policy that they order pictures from you is the only insurance policy you have, which is that in full resolution, they're only going to get a 2x3, maybe they can try. So they're going to have to probably buy stuff from you. You still have to do your part, which is show up, take the pictures to the best of your ability, put them on the website for people to buy if they want to, and hand them a Galaxy tablet that has all of their little pictures. It is not a breach of the contract to have a guest with a really good camera. It's not. I just read in your complaint, you have a video of him with the confrontation?
Yes.
Can I see that?
Sure.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, can this photographer demand that nobody else in the wedding take pictures with a flash?
No.
Why?
Because if it wasn't agreed upon ahead of time, you can't make decisions like that during the wedding.
Then again, he has to produce professional pictures. How's he going to do it if flashes are going on? That was a good question, huh?
Definitely. I don't know.
Okay, what do you say? You don't know either. Who knows?
I think that the bride and the groom are in charge of making sure that no one with flash is taking pictures.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
While he's looking for that and getting that lined up, tell me what your counterclaim of $3,800 is for.
The $3,800 represents 77.5 hours of editing that
What are you talking about? You already collected $3,500 and gave him nothing.
Right.
What planet are you living on?
What happens in wedding photography, Your Honor, how we get compensated for the photo editing is that you buy pictures. Now,
how about you get compensated for the photo editing by paying $3,500 for you to show up, take the pictures, edit them, make them good ones so we might want to buy them? By the way, he took down your wedding pictures, right?
Yes, he did.
So did you get the pictures from a friend, from coworker?
We got some of those pictures.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're good.
When did they ever come back? Because they came back, according to you.
On December 4th, when he got the notice that we were suing him, then they came back, huh? And they came back. But I said, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm just going to go to court my day and go from there.
This is real simple, okay? You're wrong. You are wrong legally. I find that you are wrong legally. Now we're in a position where you have pictures on a Samsung Galaxy, but you don't want the Samsung Galaxy from this fellow with the bid. You're done. What you want is money back. Tell me about the makeup artist and why you should get that money back.
Okay, so the makeup artist, he told me, because he says, I could get you a makeup artist so that way your pictures don't come out shiny, you know, and if you're sweating, it was hot that day and stuff like that. I said, okay, good. He said, it's gonna be $300. I said, okay, fine. Well, the makeup artist is supposed to come to my house to do my makeup. By the time she came to my house, I was already putting my makeup.
What time was she supposed to be there?
By 1:30.
And what time did she get there?
She got there around 2 o'clock, but I already started putting my own makeup.
When she came, did she perfect on whatever makeup you had already put on your eyes?
A little bit.
Okay. Is the makeup artist here or no?
No, she's not.
Okay. The bottom line is that you got paid in full before the wedding, including for the makeup artist, right?
Yes.
All right, let me ask you a question. You have this queued up to him having the confrontation with a guest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I think I already saw what I'm supposed to see, but it wasn't that bad. It was him leaning over and explaining to him to get out of the way. The guy was aggressive. I'm watching. This is actually really bad for you, that little video, because I am watching, because it kind of tells me, and that's not your fault. That's, you know, your guest meant well. But, you know, he's got that Mac Daddy flash going and all kinds of stuff, which is disruptive. And he's leaning over and saying whatever he's saying to him about, look, you're disrupting me. But see, once you do your part and say you need to stop and the guy doesn't, that's it. Then your pictures are your pictures. You got into a situation where your fear that you were being disrespected ended up taking over your better judgment, okay?
This case is about my work. And when people display my work, I want it to be perfect. I want it to be perfect for them, first of all, and I want it to be perfect because this is how we get referrals. So
why don't you just give, you think this is better than just handing them the tablet with the pictures?
Yes, Your Honor. I was angry that his pictures were not coming out perfect.
Really? Because he's not angry, he just wants the pictures. All you had to do was a very simple task. Buy a couple $100 Samsung Galaxy, hand him the proofs, and you'd be done. So now I am in a position where I have to decide how much of the money you spent you get returned to you. You have a counterclaim against him for $3,875, which is laughable. You will get not a penny of that counterclaim because none of that is a contract you struck. You already have $3,500 of their dollars, and yet they don't have what you were supposed to provide. So on your counterclaim, zero. You're suing for $1,200 for emotional distress. You're mad you didn't get pictures, so now you want $1,200 for that. No. You're mad about the makeup artist. When you have your makeup done by a stranger, it is not uncommon to grab the thing and just say, hey, I want a little more here, a little more there. That's her prerogative. It's her choice how her face looks. The face is on her. But you don't get to then say later, oh, I want my whole $300 back because they didn't do what they were saying. I don't want to hear it. You're done. It's $300 for a makeup artist, okay? Okay. You're done on the makeup artist. You don't get that. Now let's talk about the real nitty-gritty, which is a $3,500 for wedding photography. Because I have to ask myself, what did you get? Did you end up ever ordering any of the pictures that he took?
No, we didn't order any of the pictures.
And none of the family did either.
Well, they were trying, but they couldn't get in.
So you it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You ended up in the position you were fearing through your own fault because you wouldn't just do what you had to do. If you had given them the tablet at any point in time before we walked in here, it'd be over. That's all you had to do. And instead you didn't, and now I'm supposed to declare what the value of your presence and your work is when the value of your presence and your work is zero. Because they didn't get the value of any of it. No. Wow. All right, we're gonna do a little rough justice here, taking into account everything that happened and how it happened. And I am going to order you to return 2/3 of the fee and return to them $2,333. Verdict for the plaintiff, that's my judgment on your counterclaim 0.
Well, the newlyweds have just gotten back 2/3 of what they paid the photographer. Right over here on next to me, and tell me what's your first reaction to this outcome?
Well, the judge didn't give me a chance to really explain the case.
You got to be kidding.
And I think this was prejudged before it even got here.
That's what you want to say out here.
That's what I want to say.
You don't want to defend your work. You don't want to.
My work is impeccable.
What about your bedside manner? Could
my
it be
bedside
a little bit
manner
better?
is impeccable as well. I always treat my clients with the utmost respect. It's just that this was an effort to get everything for free, and now she handed it to them. So go ahead. That's it. I'm done.
Well, wait, before you go, you want to protect your work and your word of mouth.
I tried to protect my work
how do you think this worked for your
and my
word
reputation.
Of mouth? How do you think this worked for you?
Well, I don't deal with clients like this ever.
Okay.
In the last 20 years that I've been a photographer.
All right.
I've never had clients like this.
Okay, down this way. Okay. Step on in here. Here come the newlyweds with 2/3 of your outlay back. Well, it's money, but it isn't pictures.
That's correct, but it's less of a hassle. What I have to go through in regards to what he did to us and the aggravation that we had to go through.
Did he ruin your big day?
Yeah, he did.
Really?
He did, because I have no pictures, the pictures that he took of us prior to the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I only have the ones that our guests took in the ceremony and in the reception, but the ones prior
Well, maybe
to
you
that
can
we haven't.
recreation. What do you think?
I would love
Maybe,
to.
yeah.
You're going to do it again?
Yes.
Pretend to get married again and
I
take
would.
pictures?
Yeah.
Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, you know, the crazy thing here is the defendant was already paid in full. I think what happened here is he let his emotions get in the way of fulfilling his duties under the contract.
This is the plaintiff, Renee Sims. She says she decorated the wedding hall for the defendant's wedding. And when the woman returned from her honeymoon, she informed her that the guests weren't happy with the reception. She was sorry to hear that, but she wasn't the wedding coordinator. She was just the decorator. She's here today suing because the woman still owes her money for the services she provided. The defendant's refusing to pay. That's why she's suing for the $300 she still owed. This is the defendant, Desiree St. Louis Cummings. She says the plaintiff is the wedding coordinator, and all this baloney about her being just a decorator is a bunch of nonsense. That's right, the woman did a miserable job. She wasn't even present at the reception, and she has no idea how bad it was. And she refuses to pay her the $300 she's seeking because she didn't even get what she paid for. She's accused of walking out on a wedding planner. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $509.07 for missing decor and other costs.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff decorated the defendant's reception wedding hall and didn't get paid. But the defendant says the plaintiff did a crappy job. It's the case of your centerpieces are pieces of you-know-what.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Renee Sims, you are suing on behalf of your company, Ms. Desiree St. Louis Cummings. For $300, you say she still owes you on a contract to be her wedding event planner. You're counterclaiming against her. You not only don't want to pay that $3-something, but you also feel like she owes you money, $509.07, for various items that you say were stolen during your wedding. Okay, talk to me.
About a year prior to her wedding, she started talking to me about she was getting married. She wanted me to decorate. I was not hired as a wedding coordinator. As a decorator, somebody else was supposed to be her coordinator.
What were you supposed to be?
I was supposed to decorate.
I'm sorry, so what
I was supposed to be decorating.
You are supposed to be decorating.
Originally, she wanted to use glassware, and we was gonna break down and set up, but I talked her out of the glassware. We used paper products, so everything was to go in the garbage.
So what were you hired to do, though?
To decorate.
To decorate. And that means what? How much are you getting paid? Do you have a contract?
$17.50, yes.
Okay, so $17.50 you were going to get paid to decorate, and then she had to pay for the decorations, or that included the decoration?
She paid for all the decorations. She ordered everything.
So literally, what were you doing then?
Decorating 3 different halls.
So she bought the decorations, then she gave them to you, and then you would put them on the tables?
Yeah. I have 6 other people who help me.
To decorate tables?
$10 an hour.
Okay, so go on.
That's it. That's what she
Okay, may I
bought.
see your contracts? So all you got paid to do is put things on a table and take them up?
You had to put it out. I also did the buffet.
What does did the buffet mean?
I bought the chafing racks. I set up the table. I also did the favor room and the candy buffet.
Okay, so here's your contract. The purchaser seeks to hire, and it has your corporate name as a primary event planner. That is checked by you. What's an event planner?
Well, to plan her wedding, but she did everything herself.
But you got paid to be the event
She
planner.
didn't pay me for that.
What's the problem? She doesn't want to pay you because things went wrong, and your answer is, I'm not
Nothing
responsible
went
for
wrong. I
doing
did all my
anything
job.
except for setting up and taking down. But I'm looking at your contract, and that's not what it says. It has in writing, wedding setup and breakdown of all decorations at church and community hall, all labor, one candy buffet, only charged per candy.
I only charged her $300 for the candy buffet. I just told her to pay for the candy. I'll set it up for her.
So the 6 people who were there, were they the bartenders? Were they the people serving? Were they?
My people were only supposed to help me set up, decorate, put the stuff out.
So then you left the wedding and then you come back 4 hours later when it's over because you don't have any responsibility during the wedding?
Oh, I didn't go to the wedding. This is the reception hall.
I'm sorry, you have no responsibility at the reception hall? You just leave and then you come and you pick up. Exactly. So tell me what you guys did while you were there.
We were supposed to not do anything, but we ended up
But that doesn't sound believable to me because A, you've checked the box that says you're the primary event planner. Then who's in charge if it's not you and you're the primary event planner?
Well, I thought I was in charge.
All right, now at the end of the day, you were paid up for everything except for $300.
$300.
Okay, break down for me where that $300 is from.
$300 was from doing her party favors.
Okay. All right, so according to you, she owes you $300. $300. And you won't pay her. Why? What's the problem?
By the time the wedding was done, it was so much that this lady just did crazy. She's talking about, she, like you said, she's the event planner. The planning of the wedding, I took care of because I know what I wanted.
The planning of the what? The ceremony, you mean?
The whole, like the decor and all that stuff. I did that.
No, what is it that you did that was her job?
She was not at the church. If you're a coordinator, you would at least know the setup of the church. You would know at least to have the bridal party, how to come down the aisle, stuff like that.
Right. Okay, so you were surprised not to see her at the church.
Yes.
According to you. And then what happens?
Then what happened is that this lady here, which is a friend of my daughter, she was not even an invited guest. My daughter must have told her to come by to see her or whatever. And this is the lady that actually saved the day.
Well, you should have invited her.
Exactly.
Come on
I should have paid her.
You come on up, please.
This lady just took, she just
This is where, at the church?
At the church. And then at the ceremony, when we got to the reception too, because...
Okay, how did you end up in the position of, quote, coordinating, which meant what? What did you do at the church?
At the church, the pastor asked me where was the runner, where was the license, where was everything so we can get things started. I told him, I don't know because I'm just here because her sister is my best friend and she was here from out of town and my daughter wanted to see her. So we were only supposed to go to the church only. So when the church stuff fell apart, me and the photographer found the runner. We started the wedding. I lined them up the best way I knew how because I didn't know No,
but how did you end up lining who asked you to line them up and do all that?
Her daughter asked me, could you just take over because the coordinator's not here.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. Her daughter said to you, will you please take over, the coordinator's not here?
So my mother won't have a messed up wedding. Can you please do this for us? And I said, okay. And then her daughter said, can you come to the hall to make sure everything goes smooth? I was like, okay.
And then what else went wrong at the wedding that you feel like you shouldn't have to pay?
Ultimately, can brides be pleased with anything about a wedding?
Of course they can. I mean, it's a special day, and yeah.
Why do so many brides sue?
Why do so many brides sue?
Yeah.
Because they're not content with their own life.
Exactly. Can they be pleased ultimately?
I think it comes down to thankfulness and the quality of their hearts about that, because there's so many things that people have done for them.
You're avoiding the question. Can most brides be pleased?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to badger you, but you really?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
She was supposed to make sure we ate. The bridal, she was supposed to make sure the parents ate. She never did. This lady was who brought our food. I have the pictures of what she did.
Okay, may I see the picture of what you're talking about? All right, so now what else went wrong in the wedding that you think you shouldn't have to pay her?
I asked her to put pictures on the tables.
You look so pretty.
Thank you.
You asked her to put what?
Pictures to have soda for the guests. Yes.
Okay.
She had the pictures sitting on the table empty. A couple of people actually took their pictures to the bar to get stuff in it. And we had the discussion before. She said, why do you need pictures? I said, because I don't want the guests when they sitting to eat to be getting up to go get a soda and a soda. She still had the pictures sitting there all night.
Okay, what else went wrong?
I had 20 bottles of champagne. And at the end of the night, 2 bottles went back home. So at least 10 bottles of the champagne is unaccounted for.
How do you know 10 bottles are unaccounted for?
When I have my girlfriend, when they were leaving, they saw the daughters going by with bottles under their jackets until one of my friends thought that we were giving away liquor. They were like, oh, let's go back in. They look like they're giving away liquor. And then the other friend was like, no, they look like they're stealing the liquor.
Okay.
It's a whole lot, but you know, like I told her, at the end of the day...
How do you two know each other?
Oh, this is church. Yes.
I've been here 20 years. I don't know how long she's been.
Church.
Same church you go to? Okay. Can I clear some of the liquor stuff up for her?
Yeah.
She already know we didn't take any of her champagne. My husband dug in the bottom of these body-sized coolers they had to get every bottle out that he could find. Stephanie knows it. Desiree knows it.
So, you know, though, with this favor stuff, you agreed beforehand that you would pay her.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right. And you just feel that because things went poorly, that you shouldn't have to pay her the remaining $300.
I don't need that, but because of the missing stuff.
Right, but you have no evidence that they took the missing stuff. You have a lot of guests walking in and out. You have other people organizing and controlling things. A lot. And I mean, I'm sure that you love your family and your guests, but you have one person who gave me an affidavit saying, I saw one of the daughters with a bottle under her jacket, so I thought, woohoo, they're giving away stuff. So I ran back. That is the affidavit that you submitted for my consideration.
Yes.
So clear. Yeah, okay, you know, so we have a saying in Spanish. Okay? Vamos a acabar la fiesta en paz. Yes. Let us finish the party in peace.
Yes.
I'm stunned that I'm here over $300 with 2 people who attend the same church and who know each other. I'm just stunned. It's just $300. With 2 women who attend the same. You see each other every Sunday? See each other last Sunday? You going to see each other next Sunday?
And that's the
wow. Who are you?
I'm the husband.
Oh, jeez. I'm just going to let you sit. This is my wedding gift to you. Okay.
Can I just say something, please?
Yeah.
I didn't go there to overstep no one's toes. I didn't go there to step on Renee's toes.
Let me just, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm sorry. You've been very helpful, but I still want to interrupt you. What is your answer to why you didn't go to the church?
Well, prior to us following lies and everything the day before, she didn't need me at the church. She said I asked her everything. I asked her if she could
your testimony, stop and listen to me. So your answer for why you didn't show up at the church was she told you not to, right? Essentially?
When she discussed
yes or no? Is that your answer?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever tell her not to show up at the church?
No.
Okay. I have to tell you that alone, stop talking. That alone, the way that shook out, where all of a sudden we're grabbing a woman who's not even invited and asking her, we need you, or invited to the reception, or whatever, we need you to pull through and do this and do that. And, you know, when that doesn't look to me like someone who had another plan. That looks to me like someone who expected you to show up. And your contract calls for you to show up there. So if that contract was changed, I'm going to need proof. Do you have in writing, clearly not through another contract, but a text or something where she tells you, we don't need you at the church, you don't need to come to the church? Because her testimony is, no, Judge, I paid for that and I wanted that.
Except for I already told her I wasn't going to the church.
Why are you telling her you're not going?
Because when we just was discussing the hours to decorate and the in-between time.
You know what? I'm not going to make her pay you the additional $300. I'm not going to order her to give anything back either.
For the favors I
don't care. I don't care because you didn't provide the stuff she did pay for. Okay? So yeah, I'm calling it even. It was good enough for you then. It's good enough for me now.
Thank you, Jesus.
Well, zeros on both sides of the courtroom. The plaintiff comes out here with nothing. What's your reaction to this?
I should do what my first mind said. Don't bring the favors to the wedding. That was my first mind when I realized she was trying to get me.
Yeah, that's when you realized it?
Yeah. I wasn't going to bring the favors. But then I said, no, she better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Guess not.
Okay. All right, head back this way. All right. Nothing for you either. Nothing for her.
How was the wedding?
Me. It was beautiful. After the fact, the party itself is great.
You wouldn't allow something like that to ruin your big day?
No. I was looking at it and it was irking me, and then I was just like, you know what? This is my day. I'm not going to let nothing mess it up.
All right, you know who gets the final word here? He does.
Thank God it's over.
Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, you know what? The more specific you can be in these wedding contracts, the better. Write down every hors d'oeuvre that you want. Everything that you can possibly write down to be specific will help you.